Hi, this is Linda with Talking in American English. This is lesson 42, and I'm talking about the word fall because it is a very useful word, more than what I did earlier in a short. It's in idioms and phrasal verbs and more, and it's so important that I wanted to make a lesson just about that. Now, YouTube shorts that I do pretty often can only be 3 minutes. So I can do a quick, these are the verb forms, these are sentences, and the time is gone. So that's all I can do. So I want to give you more explanation in this video than I was able to do in a short. Also, at the end, I will have some related pronunciation information. So let's look at fall. Now, in the one verb at a time short, I talked a lot about these sentences, but I'm just going to go through them quickly. Of course, fall, falls, falling, fell, fallen can mean to move downward. That's the normal way we use the word. And here the green means that it's added to tell when and where or how something is falling. I fall when skiing. You fall off bicycles. She fell off a cliff. I fell off the ladder. It, the tower, is falling over. They fell down. It, the rain, fell last night. Snow fell quietly. You are falling overboard. You're on the ship. Oh, you're overboard. We are falling into the water. They are falling down the hill. You fell on the ice. I have fallen on slippery rocks. You have fallen on waxed floors. They, the leaves on the trees, have fallen in the yard. The boy fell through the ice. But that's the normal way that we use fall. Let's look beyond that. And I'd like you to practice the sentences that are up above, but also practice these that are in blue, except for the red fall part. It's in blue. Those are the things I'd like for you to repeat if it helps you. So after adding ing to fall, fall can be an adjective. The show's falling ratings caused it to be canceled. They're going down still, but this is the ing, that's an adjective. I saw the falling stars last night in the sky. Falling stars, still going down. But this is not the same fall. Fall can mean a change in condition. My friend fell ill. They were not sick, and now they're sick. It's a change in condition. They didn't fall down, they changed. Sharon has fallen asleep. She was awake, now she's not awake. She changed. Sharon has fallen asleep. They fell victim to the false information. They changed from being safe to being hurt or tricked by some sort of lie, false information. They believed it and it caused harm to them. They were hurt by it. It, some sort of noise, falls silent. It was noisy, now it's not noisy. It falls silent. So it changed. Now we can add things to fall to make it mean something else. Fall for can mean a change in thought or belief. A person can fall for something. So our sentences are, he falls for the lies. He changes from not believing to believing the lies. He falls for them. She fell for him. She changed her feelings to loving him or liking him. She fell for him. It's a positive feeling. They have fallen for the salesman's promises about his product. He told them about it and it sounded really good. They believe it, so they are falling for it. I hope it really is that good. I hope he didn't trick them. Mary fell for Jim because he was kind, polite, and handsome. The people voted for the candidate because they fell for his lies. They believed it, even though it was not true. Women often fall for the claims of new beauty products, hoping to look younger. Hope it works for me. Also, fall in or fall into means change condition or situation. He is falling into a trap. Someone is trying to get power over him or do something bad to him, and he's going right in believing them. He is falling into a trap. We fell in love. They didn't love each other, and now they do. When I fell into debt, I didn't owe any money. I was paying my bills, but then suddenly I didn't pay a bill. I fell into debt. And then I fell into a deep depression. I was okay, but now, oh, I'm so sad. I'm so depressed. I fell into a deep depression when I went into debt or fell into debt. Fall behind means you're not doing something fast enough or on time. They are falling behind us. We're walking and they're walking with us, and then they get slower and slower and we keep going. They're falling behind us. I have fallen behind in my rent. I paid it, and oops, I didn't pay it that time. I didn't pay it again. So now I have fallen behind in my rent. So my credit score has fallen. That means go down, like our original meaning. Fallout can be used as a noun to mean the results of an action. The fallout from bad decisions at work caused many to lose their jobs. There were bad decisions, and the fallout from that was the loss of jobs. People lose their jobs, and that's the fallout. That's the result of the bad decisions. Fall out or falling out can mean the end of something, such as a relationship. They used to be close friends, but they had a falling out, the disagreement that ended the friendship. The man and woman fell out of love. That's sad. That machine used to be popular, but it fell out of use. We used it a lot, but we don't use it very much anymore. That's falling out of use. Very common use of that phrase. This politician used to be popular, but he has fallen out of favor. Favor is liking and approving of something. They used to like him and approve of him, but not anymore. He has fallen out of favor. They don't like him like they used to. Fall under can mean to become controlled by someone or something. We have fallen under his spell. He's so charming. We have fallen under his spell. The woman fell under the influence of a cult. Cult caused her to give up some of her choices. She does whatever the cult tells her, so she is falling under the influence of a cult. That office falls under the Department of Health. The Department of Health is a big department, but this is just one little office, and it is controlled by the big department. The Department of Health controls that little office, so that office falls under the Department of Health. Fall through and fall back and fall open also show a position change. The plans fell through. I had plans. They didn't work. They went away. The plans fell through. Nothing resulted. We tried, but it didn't happen. When the bear came closer, here's the bear. The hikers, they're walking this way, and they see the bear up, they back off. They fell back to be safe. When the bear came closer, the hikers fell back to be safe. This plan is our fallback plan if the first plan doesn't work. I have a plan, but I have another plan back here. If this one falls apart, I go fall back to this one. So it's my fallback plan. The suitcase fell open. Now the suitcase didn't fall down, it just opened. So the suitcase fell open. It's sort of like falling down, but it's a little bit different because the suitcase didn't actually fall. It just opened. The suitcase fell open. Fall can be a noun or an adjective, the name of a season. Like when the leaves fall, we call it fall. I like the fall. I like the fall weather. Another word for fall is autumn. We use that a lot. And some of you in your language have a word similar to this one, which means fall. But we often use this word for that season. Fall can be combined to be part of a noun. Free fall, downfall. The stock market is in free fall. It goes down a little, it goes up a little. That's not free fall. But when it goes, and you don't even know when it's going to stop going down, that's free fall. And if a rock falls off of a cliff, the rock is here, it falls off the cliff, it's in free fall. We don't know when it's going to stop. Nothing is stopping it. It's free fall. The discovery of his crime led to his downfall. He was very popular, he was very powerful, he had a lot of authority, but he committed a crime and the people found out, and so he lost everything. That was his downfall because of this crime. Fall can be combined to be a part of an adjective. There aren't many, but this is probably the most common: crestfallen. A crest is like the top of a hill. You go over the crest of a hill, it's the top. This is the top of your head. When you're crestfallen, you kind of let everything sink down because you're depressed. So when he found out he lost the race, he looked crestfallen. It was so sad. Okay, so that's the end of my explanation of the word fall. Let's look at a little bit of pronunciation. I've talked about this before, but my students still need to practice a little more. So practice these blue sentences if you want to do the pronunciation part. Fall, your mouth is open and your lips come in a little bit. Fall, but in the word father, your mouth is open, but you don't pull your lips in. Father, not father. Father. Father didn't fall. I'm so glad. I don't want him to fall. Father didn't fall. Fail. There's a change in fail to get that I sound. Fail. And it's a long A. Fail. It says A in the middle of it. Fail. Far, you have to say the R. It's this kind of A, like in father, far, far, far. You have to say the R separately. Far. I failed to see how far the kite flew. It's gone. I failed to see how far. Fast is that ugly A sound, I call it. Your mouth is a big oval. It's not all, it's ah. It's wide and it's wide this way and it's wide this way. Ah. So it's a big oval. I also call it the sheep sound. Ba, ba. Fast. Matt worked fast. It's not Mott, worked fast. Matt worked fast. In England, you can say that, but not in America. Matt worked fast. And then if the A is in an unaccented syllable, we most of the time are going to let it be It's not It's not the sofa or the sofa. It's the sofa. Your mouth is barely open and you push with your stomach muscles, your diaphragm. Sofa. It's a sofa, not a sofa or a sofa. A sofa. Sofa. Jane, that's the long A. Sat, that's the short A, on the sofa. Jane sat on the sofa. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.